There was another time in Westport. He was in Westport, and back in those days, and the place was full of black and tans, and they had a curfew. And in the summer in Ireland, I took pictures in Ireland in June. The year Maura and I went home in 62, our first trip home. We were about 13 and a half years here then at the time. Maura come down and took care of the 5 kids and let us go home for our first trip. And I took pictures at 10:30 at night without a flash, and they come out beautiful. It shows you like how it's 11 o'clock before it gets dark, and then it's not dark like in the summertime, unless there's rain coming. If there is, it'll be black as a bag, you know. But they had a curfew in Westport. Everybody off the street at 9 o'clock in the evening, and the sun shining. The summertime, 9 o'clock, and everybody off the street. So when it was Willie Brown, we had a baker in Westport, Willie Brown, and our dad fired him 100 times, and when he go back in and tell my mother he's after firing me, she says, get out to the bakehouse and sober up and conduct yourself. So he was safe. But we had him for 18 years. He was a great baker. And every Christmas, my father used to he used to make barmbracks. There's lemon peel, raisins, curtains, and spices, and they're delicious, you know. And you sell them by the pound, weight. So big ones, small ones, and whatever. And then they were given out in Christmas boxes too. They had to give Christmas boxes back in those days. But that died out during the war. But before the war, I think it was. But Willie Brown used to always make one for me. It was about a 5-inch pan. He had a round pan, and he'd always make a small barmbrack for me. And I was a kid, and then when he'd have it taken out of the oven and it cooled down a bit, he'd call me in, and he'd say, this is for you, he'd say, you know. Oh, it used to be delicious, you see. I used to get my barmbrack from poor Willie, but Willie used to he liked his pint, you know. And he never got married, and Dad was trying to encourage him to get married and settle down, not be wasting his money buying drink. But because Dad didn't drink, but poor Willie, he liked his tea, and that was it. And sure, there was umpteen batches of bread that was destroyed on him. My father lost a lot of things, and yet he didn't fire him. He'd take out the batch of bread when it half raw, you see, or he might take it out and just burn black. And then down in the backyard there was a pit, and that's where the bread was dumped in there. So that covered over with something, but there was a lot of damage and like that. But poor Willie, he used to like to go for a walk out to the quay outside. It's a mile out from Westport, the quay, where the ships come in, the boats comes in. And back in those days, some good sized boats used to come in there, and a lot of fishing boats and different things. But Willie used to like to take a walk out there, and there was seats along there, and he and some of his old cronies that sit there and they'd shoot the breeze and talk. But this night the curfew was on, and he stayed too long. You see, he stayed too long, and he was coming down the Key Road, and it was striking 9 o'clock, and the clock in the octagon, it was striking 9, and here was Willie outside. Like, and they could shoot you outside, you see, if you were on the street after 9. So anyways, poor Willie, as fast as he could leg it, back Shop Street and down Bridge Street and in our gateway. And wasn't there 2 tans following him? So they came in the gateway after him. Now my father had closed the shop at 9 o'clock and he was up in the parlour reading the paper, and somebody happened to look out a back window and they see 2 tans, and they had caught Willie at the back door. He hadn't got in, the poor lad. The damn cops said they'd come on him, and somebody told Dad. Well, he went through the paper for him and he flew down the stairs. Like, he could tell Willie Brown off, but he'd allow nobody else to tell him off. He liked Willie at the back of it all, even though he lost a lot of money over him, but burning bread and stuff like that, but still he'd let nobody touch Willie, especially black and tans. He had no use for those guys. So anyways, now Dad had no gun or nothing, but he had a powerful pair of arms, strong as a horse. And because I know I inherited Dad's strength. Before I got hurt, I was strong, but that's another story, and that took the stuffing out of me. But 1969, I got walloped at 10:15 on the 19th of May. Forget that date for a while. I should have been dead, but I was too hardy to die. I bore through it. I should have been swept into a basket, but I wasn't. But anyways, Dad raced down and he shot out the back door. And as soon as he did, one of the tans had his revolver, a 45, between Willie's teeth, threatening to shoot his head off. And the other guy, he had a rifle and a bayonet. They were armed to their teeth. And Dad had nothing but a pair of powerful arms. And he said, "Take that stinking gun," he said, "out of my man's mouth," he said. And he said, "If I get you 2 in this yard again," he said, "I'll crush your 2 skulls together." And he gave them such a look, he scared the living daylights out of them. And they went. And if they took a shot at Dad, he'd have brought them with them before he'd go. But they flew out and they never come back again.